Do you know who that guy is? Ragnar? No, not Ragnar. The guy who uses that picture in Rise of Kingdoms. Yes, that's right, guys. 175 million power, Fathands, the 1254 whale who always had positive trades against 1556. Massive player over there, and we are going to zero him today. Well, let's get started. So, first rally, we have Pakal and Harold. Now, this is definitely not gonna go well. There's a rally on, that's why we joined. I mean, if there's a rally on, you just join. You don't really check what it is. You just have to join with the right troops, that is. Now, based on the rally health, and even without looking at the rally health, you know how this is going to be painful. Very, very painful. And then there aren't too many reinforcements. Well, at least we cancel the rally. Now, Fathands was fighting just then. I even talked to him on chat, so I'm pretty sure he's online, but let's see how it goes. So we got 1.5 million loss on our side and 1 million roughly on Fathand's side, and he got a Zenobia and Theodora. Pretty solid garrison. Now, guys, take a look at the troop buffs. I'm not going to bring up the troop buffs every single rally. There's quite a lot of rallies to cover, so the troop buffs doesn't change. It's going to remain the same on the city side. In terms of the rally side, yes, it's going to change quite a bit, but we only got top rally leaders doing the rallies. Now, second rally comes in. It's a better rally, I would say, against this city. So we got an XY and Nevsky. Has to be Nevsky, right? Now I'm trying to walk around a little bit so that I'm not taking the AoE from the city, because AoE from that massive city is gonna be so painful. Now, how is the rally doing? Not doing that great, because we can see the rally going yellow, and it's not like there's a lot of reinforcement. So is this going to be one of those painful ones as well? Well, based on the health on my Minamoto, I think it's going to be pretty painful. Well, the city did drop some power. It's at 170 now, but then that's still like 4 or 5 people's worth of power, right? Now, rough. Cancel the rally. Let's have a look at it. So power loss wise, we had 3.4 million and 4.4, pretty even. So he is taking dead troops. So at this stage, we are kind of confused. Is Fathands online? Is he offline? Well, does it make a difference? Well, it doesn't. Just keep rallying, because it's almost the end of the KvK. So everyone wants to have a last hurrah before they go back to their normal boring kingdom. Now, we got another XY and Nevsky from Ruff again. Now, Ruff is a pretty good rally leader, but he's not one of the main ones. I don't think Pororo or Star or Acro is available at this stage. But then again, that is not going to stop 1365 from rallying, so we're going to keep rallying. Now, I am in the rally. Now, as you can see from the marches around, for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's a very bad time in the day for 1254, because we are not seeing a lot of support coming in, or they are probably thinking that Fathands is pretty fat and he can manage himself. I can say fat on YouTube, right? That doesn't demonetize things. I hope not. So now, in terms of 1365 marches, as you can see, there isn't that many either. This is probably not the best time to hit such a big whale. You need a lot of marches, and there's no double rallies, it's just single. So the rally ended 3.5 versus 5.4. So slowly it's gonna start getting positive for the rallies. Keep in mind, we're still dealing with single rallies. Now, we don't have enough time, otherwise the video is gonna be 4 hours long. That's probably how long it took to get this city down. So we moved on to the next rally already. Now, in terms of the next rally, we got Cav again. Now, are you going to do Cav rallies only? Well, we started with infantry. Maybe if you stay till the end of the video, you get to see the archers as well. Now, don't skip through, watch the whole thing. Now, second rally, is that rough again? It is rough again. So we got XY and Nevsky. So what am I doing? I'm sending my 1 troop marches. Why am I sending my 1 troop marches? Just so that it can eat up some of the AoE. Now, normally I don't do that role. Normally I'm the guy swarming as well. But then now this is my not free to play, low spender account. So I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm just happy that I'm part of the rally. I managed to get in. Well, at this stage, it wasn't hard to get in because there isn't that many people. Now, in terms of the one troop marches, definitely we could have done better in terms of the debuffs and so on, but then there isn't enough time because 1254 just woke up and they kind of sense that, oh wait, this city may not survive. So they're coming with marches. And because I'm taking the one troop marches, my verification keeps popping up every now and then. Now, I cut off a lot of them, but I kept a couple of them there so that you guys know that if you try to do the one troop debuffs, you're gonna get the verification every now and then, because I think the game kind of starts thinking that you may be a bot because of doing the one troop thing. Now, whilst I'm doing that, all of my marches are dying somehow. I don't know how it's dying. Probably in the city AoE, probably from a swarm. Now, no time to worry about that. Let's look at the report. Oh my god, this is where it starts getting beautiful. 5 million versus 13.5 million on the city. Now, 1254 has fully woken up and they do care about their players. But then do they have the numbers that 1365 have? Well, doesn't look like they do, because we are rallying again, and this time around we are rallying with archers. Now, how is an archer rally meant to do against this city? Well, it should do better, right? Well, it should do better because it's infantry garrison starting with Zenobia, right? But then again, there is Theodora in the background. So when there is Theodora, it probably takes off the debuff that Gilgamesh does. So in a way, it's probably not gonna do as good as the Cav. So why are we doing archers? Well, am I doing the rallies? Why are you asking me? So we tried pretty much everything here, and spoiler alert, the archer rallies are not gonna do that good, and that may have something to do with how there's a lot more 1254 around now as well. Now, I don't know how much I captured in the video, but every now and then our marches got pushed back and we kind of had to push back. Now, on the right hand side, you don't see many 1254 marches right now, but just before the rally came, there were so many more, and in the top you may be able to say a few 1254 marches. See how they kind of have similar numbers. Now, this is confusing. Still kind of thinking that Fathands is online and he's taking the rallies just so that he has some fun and just so that he has good stats out of it. Now he's taking negative trades, and on top of that, the number of 1254 coming in kind of telling us that, hey, maybe Fathands went offline, because by now 1254 must be calling him non-stop on his Discord or phone or whatever, right? Now, 1254 coming down in numbers. Now, my marches are gonna do very poorly on the open field at this stage. Now, up until this morning, I could say that I can field fight a little bit. Now, I can't say I do, because now my power is around 60, 62, something like that. So I can't even field full marches anymore. Less about me, more about the rally. 5.1 million versus 7.7. See how the trade wasn't as good as the Cav. Now, are we going to switch to Cav? Yes, we are showing better sense now, and we have switched to Cav. And what have we got? We got XY and Nevsky again from Rough. Now, on the top, they're still fighting. We're trying to hold 1254 there. This morning, the KvK kind of felt like it's dead, but all of a sudden, with the Fathands city there, it kind of came alive. So, very interesting day where I picked to stay online the whole day. Luckily, I didn't have too much to do. Let me take it back. I had a lot to do, but I chose to have a look at this because there's so much action, and I wanted to make sure you guys get to see it. For that dedication and for bringing you this beautiful action, make sure that you like this video, make sure that you share this video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, so that whenever there's big action, I can bring it right to you. Now, 142 million power is where the city is sitting. So far it lost 30 million power. 30 million power for a 170 million power player is nothing, especially when out of the 30 million you get 15 million back. So at this stage we could still assume that he's just having fun. Well, you can't have fun alone by just having a big city. You need another big kingdom to rally you. That's how you get the fun. Now, there's a marker on top. You know what that marker says? I did switch it. Now, for some reason it switched back. What it says in English, if I translate, it kind of says refuel here if you want to change your power. I think what 1365 is saying is, if you have too much power, then come and join this rally and then drop your power. So we are seeing it as a power dropping exercise. Maybe Fathands is seeing it as a weight loss program as well, right? Because it's Fathands. Your hand can't be fat by itself. For your hand to be fat, you gotta be fat as well. Maybe this is his weight loss program. Now, he has lost quite a bit of weight already, as we are saying. He lost about 30 million, or was it 40? I think it was about 30. Now, I don't know why I looked at stone. Maybe a misclick. Now, this rally is going on for a while. You know why? Because the city is getting reinforced by quite a few 1254 marches. And now the 1365 numbers are a little higher as well. That's why the rally can stay up a little longer. Now, this is not going to be the longest rally, but then this is going to be a beautiful rally from the rally perspective in terms of the stats, because the hospital is still full. Now, guys, the city only lost in the last 10 minutes or so, the city only lost 30 million power, right? Now, do you think it's going to take us like a day to finish this city? No, because if the hospital is full and if he's not healing, then obviously the city is gonna drop more power. Now, we got more 1254 cities dropping in. As they drop, as you can see, that they did a flag over there as well. So 1254 is coming in numbers. Now let's look at the report. Oh my god, back to Cav and back to solid trade. So we got 6 million on our side and 20 million, almost 20 million down on the city side. So definitely super positive trades, and it doesn't look like Fathands is online. Now, as you can see on the top, my battery is going down because I've been playing for like 6 hours now, I think. For that dedication, guys, reminder to drop a like and subscribe again. Now on the screen you can see there's lots of action taking place. One of our cities is getting swarmed and rallied, and we're swarming down a flag. So it's not just the Fathands city, there's all sorts of action that you can see. Now I'm opening up a report. It says 5 minutes ago. I'm thinking it's an older report, but I forgot. Either way, have a look. So Gilgamesh versus Zenobia and Theodora probably doesn't work, not a good idea. Now again, back to Cav. So we got XY and Nevsky and 127 million. See how the power of the city is kind of going down now. Now on the screen you can see all sorts of rally notification popping up. 1254 is rallying random things. I don't know whether those rallies are going to make it, because all the players in this area from 1365 should be online. Now I'm not too sure, but we don't have time to check because we need to see this rally happening. 170 million power player doesn't get zeroed every day, especially not like a big player like Fathands. And you're familiar with this name. If you're familiar with our small channel, you're definitely familiar with Fathands as well, because he features a lot on a lot of YouTube videos. Now the city looks like is going to get zeroed. At this stage we're like, yes, we have done it, because Fathands is definitely not online. I'm kind of worried about my battery though, so I did put my tablet on charge, and then I'm still continuing recording and kind of seeing that the power isn't going up, it's just holding consistent. I just hope it lasts as long as the city lasts. Now who is this guy drooling? Is this Pororo or is this someone else? Pororo is the one that drools. Actually Star drools as well. So I can't see who it is rallying. Soon enough we are going to see the rally report, and that's when we can tell. Now you can see all those cities that ported on the right hand side on the flags that 1254 built. Now they are reinforcing consistently. So this is gonna take a while. That's why it's taking a while to take this city down. Otherwise the city would have come down a little bit faster, I would say. Now 1254 flags, they're burning. So 1365 did a good job in burning them, but in the first place, how did they manage to build it? We probably should have rallied them, but we are focusing too much on it. Now look at that rally. Why wouldn't you focus on it? It's 6.2 million on our side, 21.4 million on the city's side. Some really good trades. Now, oh my god, what just happened? The city bubble. Does that mean it's the end of the video? At this stage I was thinking this is the end of the video, but then it's not, guys. Something magical is gonna happen a little bit later, so bear with us. Now let's look at the reports that we got so far, starting with the first one. So the first one, 1.5 versus 1, obviously bad trades. Pakal, probably not a good rally for city. And then you got the XY Nevsky, that did better than even. This is the moment where it was positive sign for us, because we are thinking he is offline, so we definitely have a shot. So more people jumped in and we keep rallying. Now the next one is a Nevsky, XY Nevsky again, and I thought I was looking at the same report, but no, it's a slightly better report on our part. and that's the new report, and this is another new report. Obviously I'm going through the reports on favorites, so I couldn't be looking at the same report again and again. So 5 versus 13, now we got 5 versus 7. Now this is 5 versus 7 because we went for archers, which wasn't a good call. Then we got XY Nevsky, 6 million versus almost 20 million. This is where it looks like we know what we're doing. And then we go back to the archer option again. No idea why. This is where it looks like we don't know what we're doing. We're 3.5 versus 5. Not a good trade again. So should have kept with Cav. Now at this stage, because the city is bubbled, what I'm doing as part of my preparation is I'm showing the power. I was about to say that a 175 million power player lost 55 million power and now down at 120. Let's look at his kills and all of that, and this is where I'm actually going to close my tab. Guys, by the way, I'm not closing the video, but we are taking a pause so you can go and like and subscribe and come back. As you can see, the bubble went off, so we got a little bit more to go. The bubble went off. How did it go off? Why did it go off? We don't know. Maybe Fathands realized that he wants to get more fit and have no extra weight, so he's in the journey of getting fat, or well, getting fit, not fat. Now we got an Attila Takeda. Is an Attila Takeda a better choice? I actually don't think so. I think the XY Nevsky was the best choice, but then again, at least it's Cav, so it's gonna do better. And when it's Cav, it's easier for me to get into the rally. You know why it's easier for me to get in the rally? Because I don't have enough Cavs. Because all my Cavs died in all the Cav rallies, because we have been rallying Cav all day, every day since the start of this KvK. So I think I'm down to like 80k Cavs right now, and I had 5 full marches of T4 Cavs, and I had 1 full march of T5 Cav. All of that gone. Now going back to the city again. So is the city getting reinforced still? Well, I don't see that many 1254 marches now, because the city bubbled and then unbubbled. And by the way, I don't think it was an alliance bubble. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it was, because I don't think I saw other alliance cities getting bubbled. It wasn't that alliance thing. I may be wrong. Leave a comment if you're from 1254 and you know more about what the situation was. So either way, Fathands is back online. Maybe he's just that much of a fighter who wants to see this through, and maybe he didn't want to live under a bubble. Did he bubble again? No, he didn't. That was a skill animation. So he's down to 82. So there is a big report due, I guess. So 4.5 versus 16.6. So that's a pretty good report. Now guys, at this stage I kind of realized that I missed one of the rallies. Now we just missed one rally, and in that rally he lost about 20 million power. And as you guys can see, that in every rally now it's probably gonna be 1 million, or 20 million power loss. Now we got an archer rally again. I don't know why we keep doing archers, but at this stage, when the city is below 100 million power, it kind of doesn't make a difference what you're rallying with. As long as it's a decent rally pair, you're probably gonna get good trades. So now, do you think it was a good idea to see the whole video through? Because you do finally get to see the city coming towards that 0 range. Otherwise, when the city bubbled, if you logged off, well, if you logged off, you can't hear me talk. But then if for the people who logged off didn't get to see this. Now 74 million power. He's gonna be my power pretty soon. Obviously much higher kill points, but then similar to my power now. He got 54 million deads now. When we started recording, I think it was around 43, 44, I think. So that's a lot of troops that went to hell. Well, half of them went to heaven because they get to getting a little religious, but they get resurrected, half of them. Now we got a Attila Takeda rally again, so it looks like whoever gets to hit the rally button first now is doing the rallies, because that's all right, because it's under 100 million city. Under 100 million city, you can rally, especially when it's on your territory, not even their random territory. So you're getting all the buffs, territory buffs that you can get. Now, am I trying to join a archer rally with Cav? Well, looked like it, but either way I didn't get to. No, it was Attila Takeda. My bad, it was Attila Takeda. Now either way I did not get into the rally. So this rally this time around lost 13 million power. So 1.6 million versus 13.4 million. Rough has done the job. He is pretty rough when it comes to dealing with fat hands, and he's taking chunks out of the fat from the hand. And we are getting quite a bit of resources as well, but this is not about resources, guys. Obviously this is about that YSG emoji. Now Attila Takeda again, we're making better choices now with only Attila Takeda, or at least only Cav, and I still can't get in. Well, this is getting to a point where I don't think I'll be able to get in because the city is under 6 million. There's no way the city is gonna survive now. And as you can see, the 1254 players, they probably have given up as well because I don't see them around anymore. So they did try to help out their alliance mate, good on them, but then I don't know why Fathands is doing what he's doing. He's a very nice guy though. If you talk to him in game, he's a very nice guy. I wish it was someone that's more arrogant and that type, but he's a very nice guy. As much as we are enjoying this, I kind of wish it wasn't him. Now let's look at the rally report. 2.1 versus 7.8. well, at this stage obviously, and then I think the swarming started. Yes, the swarming started, so this is the end of it. So I sincerely hope that Fathands is doing it on purpose. Well, it has to be, right? Because he had the bubble at 120, he took the bubble off, so he wanted to make sure that he gets some really good trades. Now even if that's the case, should he not have left when it's that low? I don't know, but either way guys, 175 million power to 50 million power, how much of a drop is that? That's a lot of calculation. So that's like 80 million power loss. No, that's like 125 million, 121, 22 million power loss. So he's gonna get 60 of it back, so he's still gonna be over 100 million power. Probably from his previous deaths, he's probably going to be around 130 million power end of the KvK again. So this is nothing for a player like Fathands. But then when it comes to us normal people, this is a big source of entertainment, and I got in the action as well. So I'm trying to do a little bit of a swarm as well, which is pretty bad because I'm gonna suffer trying to do barbarians today. But screw barbarians, this is a lot more excitement. This is why you play KvK. This is why you watch YouTube videos and live streams, right? Now I was actually trying to go live as well for this action, but then for some reason BlueStacks kept saying that it has server maintenance. I don't know how there could be server maintenance for BlueStacks, but then I can play. I have no idea, but either way I'm just glad that we managed to capture this on camera and have managed to bring this to you. Now if you are enjoying this video so far, you must be, right? You're watching this at beyond 20 minutes. So if you're enjoying this, then don't forget to drop a like and a subscribe for the effort that we have put in and for the bravery Fathands showed in probably taking off his bubble middle of 1365 territory. Now some people may say that it was foolishness rather than bravery, but at the end of the day he gets half of his troops back. So if he wanted to have some action at the end of the KvK, good on him. I sincerely hope we see more of him on this channel.